Hi, this is Kat with Beadaholique, and today I want to show you how to make the Stacked Infinity Cross Arrow Bracelet Kit. Now this is one of our exclusive kits, and it comes in gold, as you can see here, as well as silver. And I've gone ahead and put it on my wrist so you can see kind of how it stacks up. You can put them in any order you like, but they'll be separate bracelets so you can kind of scrunch them together. You can wear just one. It's really a great exclusive kit if you like this kind of style. So let me show you how to make it, and I'm going to show you today with our gold kit, and this is a finished one, but I'll go ahead and set that aside. In your kit, you're going to receive a spool of Beadalon stretch cord, 2 tubes of seed beads, an infinity link, an arrow link, and a cross link. You'll also receive a tube of E6000. Now some things that you won't receive but you'll need for this project are a pair of scissors, some sort of bead stopper, and just a little toothpick or a scrap of wire to help you apply your E6000. Also, you'll need a ruler for this project because you'll need to figure out exactly how long you would like your bracelet. Now we give you enough seed beads to make an 8.5-inch bracelet. But today I'm going to show you with more of a standard size, which is a 7-inch bracelet. So let's get started. To begin, I'm going to take my Beadalon stretch cord. Go ahead and remove that. And I'm going to use about 12 inches. So go ahead and measure out 12 inches of stretch cord. Doesn't have to be exact. We're going to snip it off anyway. And then you're going to place your bead stopper about 2 inches or so from the tail. So just open it and close it around if you're unfamiliar with the bead stop. Now we're going to do 2 plain bracelets, meaning the ones without the links. So go ahead and have some seed beads ready. And because the holes on these beads are wide enough, you actually don't need any sort of needle. They can just go right on the stretch cord. So just begin threading your stretch cord with the beads and just keep scooting them down. I'm going to show you how to do a 7-inch bracelet. If you want to make them longer or shorter, just measure out, if your wrist is a little smaller. My wrist is about a 6.5. So you can just measure out 6.5 inches along here as opposed to 7 or 7.5, 8, whatever your wrist size is that you're going for. So just continue threading on, and then I'm going to come back and show you once you have 7 inches of stretch cord. Okay, so now I have threaded on the 7 inches of seed beads for my stretch bracelet. And you'll notice I have a good tail of about 2 inches on each side. So if you wanted to do that 8-inch bracelet that I was talking about, make sure that you maybe cut a little bit extra of your Beadalon stretch cord. You'll have plenty on the spool that we give you. So go ahead and just cut it maybe 14 inches just to give yourself a little extra. So go ahead and remove your bead stopper. And you're going to take the 2 ends and tie them in an overhand knot, bringing the 2 pieces together. Now don't pull tight. Here, I'll show you what happens when you pull tight. You'll end up tying your bracelet. You don't want to do that. So let me untie this very carefully. So you'll tie an overhand knot, not too tightly, and just hold it in your fingers. Now you're going to take your E6000. You can go ahead and open your E6000 with your toothpick, and you'll get a little bit of glue on your toothpick there. Now onto this knot here, you'll place a little bit of glue. Just gently get it in there. And then what you're going to do is you're going to tie another overhand knot just right on top of it, just like you would tie kind of just a double knot on your shoelaces. You might just have to wiggle it around, Then go ahead and tie it. There you go. And then put a little bit more glue right there. And the great thing about E6000 is it dries clear, and if you get a little extra somewhere, don't worry too much about it. So then you just let that dry. So I'm actually going to set this aside before I trim the ends. You don't want to trim them just yet. And you're actually going to repeat this process because you're going to end up with 2 plain bracelets with this kit. So repeat this and set both aside, and we'll come back to them later. For the next part of this, go ahead and take your Beadalon stretch cord again, cut off the same 12 inches, and now what we're going to do is we're going to do the links. So I'm going to show you on one of the links, and you'll just follow the same process for all 3. So you're going to take your cord and you're going to string on 3 beads. 1, 2, 3. And slide them down about halfway. Now I'll show you using the infinity link. You're going to go through the top and around the back. And what you're going to do now is you're going to take this tail and thread it through these 3 beads. So you just kind of slide it down and then slide this bead, and then you'll slide the second one and the third one. And basically you're just creating sort of a loop that holds it together. And now we're going to take this tail and we're going to make that overhand knot again. And this one you can pull a little bit tighter. So the knot sits right in the seed bead, right there. So now hold it with your fingers. We're going to take a little bit more of our E6000. Just take a little bit of glue on your toothpick and place it on the knot. And then, just like before, I'm going to do another overhand knot. And pull tight. And then I'm going to add just a little bit more glue, just for security, onto that knot. Now, you'll end up clipping that tail, but like I said, don't worry about the tails right now. So what you're going to continue doing is adding seed beads to this side of the tail, your longer side. And just slide them down. And you're going to continue doing this until the length of the link and your beading equals 7 inches. Or again, however long you are making your bracelet. So like I said, you're going to need 7 inches from the end of the loop to the end of your beading. And that's about 7 inches there, but as you can see, it's less because I have to account for the link that I'm using. Keeping in mind that each link is not the same size. The cross is the smallest link, so you'll have to also just remember that it's always going to be that 7 inches. So you'll need different amounts of beads for each link. So we're going to repeat a very similar process. We're going to go up through the top part of the link and down. And since I've already strung these 3 beads, I'm just going to go back through them. So again, I'm on the back side of the bracelet. As you can see, sorry, it's a little slippery. And you're going to go back through the back, the last 3 beads. And this is a little bit tricky, but you just gotta be patient and get it through there. Okay, so through the first one. And through the next 2. So now I'm going to take my tail and I'm going to pull everything nice and tight. Let's just scooch it all together so that it's a nice tight stretch. Now what you're going to do is you're going to make that overhand knot again, so just kind of stretch out the bracelet a little bit and thread it through the back, and you'll come and you'll make your overhand knot right above that third bead like we did on the other side. Hold it with your fingers. Grab a little bit more of our E6000, just a little bit, and place it on our knot. And then I'm going to do that other knot, just sort of double tie it for extra security. Just go through the loop there. Make sure your knot sits right where you tied your first one, right there. And again, we'll just add a little bit more of our E6000 right onto the knot there. All right, and that's how you finish one of the bracelets with the links. And as soon as that dries, you're going to want to trim your ends. So I'm going to show you with this bracelet that's been drying for a minute. Just go ahead and clip off your ends. Do not cut the knot. And then with this you'll do the same. Just trim. And so that is how you do one with the link and one without the link. And you'll do 2 of these, and you'll have 3 of these with your 3 links. And again, we give you enough to make as big of a bracelet as an 8-inch bracelet, and you should have plenty of opal on, so go ahead and be liberal with that. But I just wanted to show you that here's the finished product, and you can stack them up. You can wear them individually, however you want to do it. And then you'll have your 2 plain bracelets as well. So there you have it. That is how to make our exclusive Beadaholique kit with the stacked infinity cross arrow.